Okay, thank you everybody for joining in. We are so excited to have a representative, Shelby, from the Peterborough Petes. I'll just take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Juliana Stonehouse. I'm the Student Experience Coordinator with Careerspace at Trent University. The volunteer fair is one of the many things that I do to make sure that students have a great opportunity at Trent to get some outside of a traditional classroom learning so that when you graduate, you've got wonderful in-classroom experiences as well as outside of the classroom experience. And Shelby is here to talk to you about all the wonderful volunteer opportunities that the Peterborough Petes has available for students just as yourselves. And Shelby, without further ado, I will turn it over to you.
Thanks so much, Juliana. Yeah, I'm super excited to do this presentation. We absolutely love having Trent students involved with the organization. So thanks for having me. So my name is Shelby Collins, and I'm the Manager of Social Impact, Growth, and Alumni Relations with the Peterborough Petes. So I'm going to start off just talking briefly about the Petes, why you do not have to be a hockey fan to volunteer with us, and then some opportunities we do have. So just to start out, the Petes are the oldest operating junior hockey franchise in the world. We have been around since 1956 and have graduated the most guys to the NHL of any other organization. We've produced some of the best on-ice talent in the world, like Bob Gainey, Steve Yzerman, Scotty Bowman, Jordan and Eric Stahl most recently. So the Petes are an OHL team. We average about 3,000 fans a game across 34 games in a regular season. And although we function as one organization, we operate with two teams, the hockey operations crew and the business operations squad, and that is who I'm representing today. So I hope everyone is looking to join or volunteer in some capacity on the business side. So just to kind of highlight the culture of the business team, the Petes business operations team functions like a startup company. We leverage the team's history and success to elevate the brand. Creativity and entrepreneurialism are necessary attributes for all staff and volunteers. Each member of the organization plays a key role in and takes ownership of the team's accomplishments. As a result, all staff and volunteers enjoy opportunities for professional and personal growth and development in diverse areas, which helps both the individual and the team thrive. We're committed to creating a diverse and inclusive workforce, and we aim to create a workplace that celebrates the diversity of our team members and our community. We endeavor to build experiences that work for everyone by including perspectives from backgrounds that vary by race, ethnicity, social background, religion, gender, age, disability, sexual orientation, veteran status, and national origin. So just to give a heads up, on the business side, we do not care if you can rattle every name of any of the Petes. We don't even care if you have an experience in hockey. Actually, if we're interested in acquiring diversity in thought, diversity in talent, and people who want to be involved in the community and want to be involved in some level of the business, entertainment, and sports industry. So hockey games is one of the things we produce. However, we have a bunch of different avenues of opportunity and revenue drivers. So I've highlighted a couple here. We have most recently started a couple of esports initiatives. So we have in the esports world and in Twitch, we have a couple of opportunities there. We have a column in the Peterborough Examiner and work heavy with the local media groups. We run tons of local live minor hockey initiatives like our camp programming, especially given the nature of the pandemic. That is something we're going to be focusing on this season. And then I highlighted here our statement regarding Black Lives Matter and the death of George Floyd. We see ourselves and we see sport largely as a vehicle for social change. So although we are selling hockey tickets, hopefully we're doing a lot more than that, and we have employees and opportunities for volunteering that hit every single one of these avenues. For anyone who is a little bit new to the sports business model or hasn't seen something like this before, I thought this would be a good place for us to start off. It's super old school, but this is the sport business money tree. At the trunk there, it just gives a snapshot of what we overdo. Ticket sales is obviously what drives revenue, is where a lot of our focus is. However, there are other branches off of that that all frame our decisions and that all ultimately consumes our 9 to 5, our day to day, and things that you can get involved with. So just focusing on sales for a moment there. This is one of our internships where there's actually an opportunity to make money. If you're ever interested in entering sports business, working for an NHL team, an MLB team, anything in terms of entertainment, sales, group sales, season tickets is a great first step. And we offer a modified sales academy through Eric Ebenbauer, our director of corporate partnerships. You can seek out this volunteer opportunity in however many hours you would like. If your program requires an internship and you have to fall within a certain amount of hours, we offer that as well. We offer any kind of internship under the sales umbrella from home, and we would set you up with the correct technology in order to thrive as a sales intern. Or you could do it from the office depending on your availability given the social distancing rules. However, if you do want to dip your toes in the water sports business, seeking out a sales internship is a great first step. If you're creative and you're early in your graphic design career and you are involved with Photoshop, InDesign, Premiere Pro, or you are a student journalist or someone who's focusing in communications or prefer like the softer side, more qualitative side of business, we are constantly looking for people to contribute to our content. And this doesn't have to be, articles just related to what's going on the ice or any kind of analysis of our players. Really, we're looking for people to produce human interest pieces that are going to attract a wide variety of fans and that connects us with the community. The more creative you are, the better. Right now, I'm starting to focus on the digital marketing side. And I'm taking my own course in regards to Facebook ads, Google ads, search engine optimization. So if that's something you have a background in or want to learn more about, looking for an intern right now who can support me there, as well as in the constant redevelopment and development of the Pete's brand. Traditionally, we are looking for a big staff of game operations volunteers. So essentially, the game operations volunteers are what allows the entertainment outside the ice to unfold. So anytime you see any prizing, the music, the booths in the concourse, Roger the mascot, anything of that nature, there's largely a hand from a volunteer involved in it. Now, our games might look a little bit different this year, but we still plan to run plenty of live, large events that fall within the COVID protocol, as well as virtual events over Twitch and over Zoom. So if you have any interest in getting involved with live events, either concerts, music, or doing sports events, or any other kind of entertainment, this would be a great avenue for you. You'd be working closely with our game operations coordinator, Riley Miracle, and essentially be their right-hand person in making sure that all these things come to execution. In terms of, just wrapping your mind around what it takes for a huge event to unfold and the timeline of that and the time that gets put into it, this would be a great opportunity for that. You'd also have experience, or you develop experience working different sources of technology like OBS. And if you're someone who enjoys working with children, has background in Scouts and Girl Guides, or is pursuing education after your undergrad degree, we have a massive minor hockey camp programming. And so we're looking for volunteers right now to help us run the off-ice portion of that when it comes to check-in, when it comes to off-ice activities, and just getting the kids on and off the ice. And the last one I want to highlight are our social impact initiatives. So like I mentioned earlier, we definitely see ourselves as a vehicle for social and cultural change, and we definitely want to be at the forefront of making hockey a safer, more welcoming place. So if you're interested in working with any groups and connecting the Petes with Sport or Rainbow, Pride Peterborough, Black Lives Matter Peterborough, and seeing how we can support them and how we can translate their message to the team. If you're pursuing something like social work right now, we're definitely looking for volunteers to kind of spearhead those initiatives. This is the group of people you'd be working with. And that is about it. So welcome to any questions. We're always taking applications for internships and volunteers on an ongoing basis. And if there's something that you see that is missing in our business operations that you would like to tackle, we are always welcome to taking people on and to providing them with some kind of business knowledge or opportunities that may not be presented in your curriculum right now.
That's great, Shelby. Thank you so much. If there are any questions, please put them in the Q&A. I really like the outside of the box. So, you know, just even if you don't know anything about hockey or not a sports individual at all, that there's still opportunity, and it seems like a need for that marketing, that sort of thing. Oh, here's a great question. Do you have any volunteer internship options for accounting or finance students?
Awesome. That's a really good question there, Rachel. So we do have a bookkeeper, and I think she would be, this is the first time we've had a full-time bookkeeper. We traditionally have gone to, you know, like a consulting firm to deal with that for us. But I will reach out to her, and if you are interested, I could definitely see there being an internship opportunity. Like I said, we kind of create the internships based on who's applying and where there's gaps in our business operations, but I can definitely see her needing some support. If that's something a student's interested in, that's definitely something we could seek out.
That's great. So to that student who asked the question, if you wanted to get a hold of me after the presentation and I can put you in direct contact with Shelby, that would be amazing.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Any other questions? Just please feel free to put them in the Q&A. And I really like the direction that the Petes are taking, sort of the social justice initiatives that are coming up and are ever so present and not only just important, but crucial for any organization to get behind. So kudos to you on that.
Thanks. Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, we're really proud on that of that work right now. And these were conversations we were having over the last couple of seasons, and now, yeah, it's just a matter of executing all these plans we had. So if anyone's ever interested in other stuff like connecting with minor girls hockey, professional women's hockey, those are also groups we work really closely with.
So I just had a message from our program coordinator who's in Durham, and this is just a beautiful statement. Kudos to you, Shelby. We had a Trent graduate student complete a placement with the Petes last summer, and he had a wonderful all caps experience. That's from Kristen at the Durham campus. So thank you so much for that shout out, Kristen. That's wonderful. Yeah, obviously it's a well-organized, long-standing organization. And so you guys really know, what you're doing and how to organize volunteers because you've been doing it for such a long time.
Yeah. And we do heavily, this is all sports leagues. Even at the professional level, you really do lean on your volunteers. And I'm so lucky Burton Lee, our executive director of business, really wants to provide as much knowledge and as much education for our volunteers as possible so that they feel equipped when then they're applying to jobs in this field, that they have a step up on other students.
Absolutely. And I think, that's the whole point of this fair and other events that we'll be putting on in the future is to provide students with those opportunities so that when they do enter into the workforce, they can sit in that interview and they can sit down and write their resume, and they can pull from all of those real world experiences they had as a student. So yeah, just give them a leg up and get their resumes on top of the pile.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Okay, well, if there's no more questions, I think I will wrap this up. Thank you so much to Shelby and the Petes for taking part in the fair, and thank you to those students in attendance. And I hope that you gained some valuable information and you could see all of the wonderful opportunities available to you with this great organization. And also to that individual, yes, I can absolutely follow up with you with Shelby's contact and then seeing if there's anything available for that finance and accounting internship.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.